Presenting Pretty Lanisha's channel, Hair, Fashion, Beauty. Hey lovelies, so I am back with another hair review video. Well, not really a hair review video. I just have the opportunity to try another 360 frontal, and this time I really put testing to the work. Like, I felt like a scientist this time around. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the hair per se in this video, because this video is mainly about how I customize my wig, how I made my wig, and how I customize my wig. Now, I want to wear this wig in a ponytail. That's why I got longer lengths like 22, 18, and 20. Well, I said them out of order, but you know what I mean. And the frontal, I believe, is a 20 or 18 inch frontal. Really not sure, but I'll definitely have all of the details of everything down below in the description bar, so please check out the description bar. Now, the frontal is my main focus in this video. The frontal is way too big for my head. Every 360 frontal I get is way too big for my head, so I kind of stay away from them. I only had one 360 frontal, and this will be my second one, and they both were too big for my head, so I'm gonna go and make this 360 frontal smaller. So I'm parting where the seam is. I really don't need to explain. Like, to me, I feel like as you watch, it's really self-explanatory, and I think you can learn more just by watching instead of me trying to explain. Now, I'm measuring out the frontal. Like, the diameter of my head is 21 inches, and this frontal is way bigger than 21 inches, so I'm measuring out 21 inches. Now, I did that on one side because I only planned on sewing one side, as you can see, as I show, and I just did a straight stitch down. But the frontal was still big for my head, so I was like, let's even out this frontal and go ahead and cut the other side, which I'm showing you right now, and take a little bit off of the other side. I didn't really measure out how much, I just parted out and cut. But before I wanted to sew it up, I decided to bleach a knot on the frontal while it was laying flat. I'm like, this will definitely give me a flawless bleaching of the knots because it's flat out and I'm not struggling, so I'll have no bleeding. Lies I tell you. Lies. I always have bleeding. Like, I don't care how thick I make the paste of bleach, it just always bleed through because I'm so heavy handed. I know a lot of people use knives and spread it on like a butter. Like, that doesn't work for me either. I'm just very heavy handed. Anyways, I'm folding it on the foil, and as you can see, I have some bleeding, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wash it out now, and I'm gonna get started on showing you how I sewed up my frontal. Now, I overlapped the pieces just like how you see the frontal is already made. It's made because it's overlapped. So I did the same thing and I followed the same procedure, and it actually gives you like a flawless install. You really can't tell that you cut and re-sewed the frontal. You could do this without it being on the sewing machine, and you could hand stitch it. That was going to be my first thing, was hand stitching it, but I got my sewing machine, so I was like, hey, why not? I also used thread that was close to the lace color. You could use black thread, or you could use thread that's close to the lace color. Regardless, it both works. Black thread would just blend more in with the hair, depending on what color your hair is, and the lace thread, just in case you like to leave a little lace, it will blend in with the lace. Now, I decided to also customize the front of the unit. I have more of a square shape hairline. A few people, like my husband, has like the hairline that the frontal already comes with, like that rounded out peak hairline. I do not have that, so I decided to try something a little different and cut out the shape of my hairline. Do I think you guys should do that? No. Do not do that. If you want to cut a little bit, not so drastic like I did, then cool, that's fine, but I drastically cut my hairline, and I'll get more into that later into the video. Right now, I just want to show you that I sewed the lace frontal onto my cap all the way around, and now I'm trying out a new method. I'm gonna sew the hair going towards the back of the frontal. I'm still folding over my weft, so I laid out the tracks. I think, like, you can honestly see what I'm doing better than how I'm explaining it. Like, I basically laid out my tracks and T-pinned them down just to see like where I stand, like how much tracks I have to accomplish this method. And I love this method for the 360 frontal. Like when you pull your hair up in the back, it lays extremely flat. A lot of times when you sew it down the regular way, like you're making a regular wig, you get that lump. Especially if your wefts are really thick, you get that lump. It creates that lump when you pull it up. But sewing it down this way, it lays flat because it's already going in the direction as if you're putting it in a ponytail. It's going in that direction. It's going up. So your hair from your frontal just lays over it seamlessly. It lays over it so flat. At the end, I'm going to show you how it looks on my head. It's a little bit bumpy when it's on my head compared to when it's on the mannequin head, just for the simple fact that my braid underneath was tragic. Like I had one big bulky braid going down the middle. Why did I do that? It's beyond me, but it still worked out well. It's still flatter than some videos that I've seen on this install. So anyways, basically you see how the track is laying, how this is the back of my frontal and my track is so close to where the hairs are on the frontal. So when I pull that hair out of that braid that I made for the frontal and I pull it over, it's going to be so flat. So here I'm showing you how close I'm getting to the hair that is a part of the frontal. Basically so that when you pull that hair over this web, it looks so seamless. Like you don't see no track, you don't see no web. And I really, really like this because it lays super flat. So now I'm done and I'm going to show you how I'm talking about that bump. You see how I flip the hair over and you have that lump. That lump is usually what is in the back. When you flip the hair over in the back to make your ponytail up high, you get that lump. Now we're going to take that lump away by basically adding the track. You see that track? I'm going to sew this track, the next bundle that I have, over it. So it's basically laying that track flat. Like it's making that track lay flat. And then once I get to the end, I'm going to go through both of the wefts. So that bump from when I folded the track over is going to be no longer. It's going to lay flat because I'm adding tension to it to allow it to lay flat, to force it to lay flat. And then I basically sew in the wig like you see any wig being sewn using the fold over method. And this is how I'm going to do the whole wig. I'm basically sewing it in a horseshoe shape in a half circle all the way around until I get to the top, and then I basically lay the wefts going back and forth, left to right, left to right. And as you see, I'm done, and I try my best to get so close to the frontal hairs. So when I lay my hairs over, you don't see any track. It just blends in nicely. And if you try this method, please let me know how you feel about it. If it worked out well for you. Does your wigs look flawless like mine does? Because when I tell you, when I pull this up into a ponytail, this wig is laying so flat. Like I'm going to give you hair details and how I feel about the hair. If this hair is worth purchasing, if this hair is good or not. The pros and the cons like I always do. But look here, sis. Look, you see already, like I didn't even get in a ponytail yet. I'm just brushing it up and you see how flat that is. Now, stay tuned, keep watching because you about to see in 0.1 second. Look at that, flat, look at that, look how flat. Where the bump at? Where do you see any bumps? Like, let me see, because I don't see it. Where you see any bumps is, like, look at, oh, look at that. Look at that. It's laying so flat. Like I'm going to do this from now on. If I get a 360 frontal, this is definitely the method that I'm going to do. And it was dumb easy. Like for me it was. And I hope it's easy for you guys. So right here, I'm going to show you that I'm going to start plunking the frontal. I don't really think the frontal was pre-plucked. It was very dense all around the hairline. So I'm just going to pluck that out to give it more of a natural look, a faded look. And I'm going to show you what I did to the front that I don't necessarily want y'all to do. But do you see the difference between each side? So now I'm cutting out my custom hairline that I decided to do. And I'm going to like go do some ragged edges because you don't want it to be like a straight line across. You want it to look as natural as possible. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to start to pluck. And I mean, you're going to have to pluck for dear life because it is so dense right there. Since you cut so much into the frontal, it is really, really dense. So you're going to have to really get to plucking. And once you're done, you just cut the lace off the wig all around the edges like you would normally do for your lace frontal. And we are going to apply it. Now, you can do baby hair or not. I decided not to do baby hair. And this is how it looks, the final look. Let me know if you want to see a video on how I applied my wig, and I'll definitely make one. Let me know how you feel. Like, share, and subscribe, my lovelies. Information on the hair is in the description box, so check out the description bar below for hair links and details later, lovelies.